Hello everyone, I'm Matt,
I'm Chris.
and we are the Nola Nerds, and this is our movie review of Star Trek Into Darkness.
Whoosh.
That's the sign.
Yeah.
If I had a glow stick, it would be like...
Yeah, you don't have one though.
When you do that, it makes me think the more you know.
It's the ship going off into the distance.
Oh, is that what that was?
Whoosh.
Alright. This is Chris's baby. This was his precious. So after coming off of the horrifically disappointing and hilariously bad Star Trek game,
The worst.
I am curious to see what you thought about the film. Go. And then I'll give you the non-Star Trek fan response.
Sure.
You want to give them some background into how much you love Star Trek?
No.
Okay. You love Star
I
Trek?
love Star Trek. That's
Okay.
all you need to know. I thought that if you liked the rebooted Star Trek that had just come out, I think you're going to like this one just a lot. It's more in the same vein. I think, from what I'm hearing, that if you're an older Star Trek fan, you may find this potentially divisive. But whatever. Who cares? Deal with it. I thought the action sequences were very good. I thought Benedict Cumberbatch was great. He was pretty super fantastic. And I only had issues with their callbacks to previous films, which I thought were super cheesy. And
Didn't you love that in the first movie, though?
Some, but they went a little far in this one.
Didn't they only make one?
They cut whole scenes.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, like what?
Like the whole scene where he's restarting the engine in the radiation room. That's a whole scene.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's the end of Star Trek 2.
Oh.
And all the dialogue is the same. And I wasn't thrilled.
You want to speak up a bit? Sounds like you're about to die.
No.
Did you die of radiation
Yes.
when you were saving everyone?
No. But yeah, I thought that was my only problem. It was a minor nitpick. But I thought everything else was good.
So, when they revealed that Benedict Cumberbund,
Batch.
I'm going to call him Cumberbund.
That's not
It's
even a
funnier.
thing.
It's a Cumberbund is not a thing?
No, shut up. Just keep talking.
When he was revealed to be Khan.
Sure.
Surprised or not surprised?
I mean, the internet's been going back and forth. Is he Khan or isn't he Khan? And I think we always suspected he was going to be Khan just because there's just not a whole lot of room for anyone else. So I'm not saying surprised, but I'm kind of surprised that they kept it out of definitively saying it was Khan for so long.
Well, I think they got the cheap by going, no, the dude's name is John Harrison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's totally not Khan.
Yeah.
It's just some guy.
Now, was Khan also frozen and 300 years old and a super... Okay.
Everything was exactly the same.
Okay.
Except,
Who is the better Khan?
That's not fair.
It is fair.
I have to think about it more.
Gut answer.
Ricardo Montalban.
Okay. Fair enough. See? Answer with your gut. All right. How did you feel when you finally got definitive proof of why Professor X lost his hair? Because as we all know, Captain Kirk Picard, it was apparently due to radiation sickness that he lost his hair. Where you going, Chris? And then when he restarted the ship, the explosion knocked him off, and that's how he broke his legs and why he's in a chair. Is that correct?
What?
And
Yeah.
it jump-started his X gene, all that radiation, creating what we now know to be the X-Men.
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah, whatever.
Why are you
trying to
blaming
leave.
my gaze?
I'm trying to jump out of the scene.
It's not working. Oh, man, that was the best question someone asked that was sitting next to us was, so is that why Professor X lost his hair? Because, as we all know, Captain Kirk Picard is the greatest Star Trek captain. Nothing?
Nope.
Come on.
Nope.
All right. Let's see. So you had a problem with the Khan scene. With Spock saying it this time. Why did you hate it?
I hated it. It's so dumb.
But you knew it was coming. How did you not know that scene
No,
was
I suspected it was coming. I was hoping they weren't going to do it. I just don't think Zachary Quinto did it well. I kind of didn't believe it. It just kind of felt like it was there because it had to be there, as opposed to genuine anguish. I thought it was kind of dumb.
You thought William Shatner did better?
Yeah.
Okay.
I really do.
All right. Well, enough comparing between the films. How'd you feel about the cast, even though it was pretty much the same cast?
Like I said, I thought Benedict Cumberbatch was great. Peter Weller showed up and was a pretty good addition.
I loved him as the Admiral.
Yeah, he was really good. Although he's got to stop playing like villainous guys.
Well, he's never going to.
He's got to stop.
It's like asking Jason Statham to stop driving cars and punching people with fire hoses.
He can do better.
I thought he was really good as the Admiral.
Yeah, he was.
What'd you think about the daughter?
She didn't do anything.
Yeah.
She kind of didn't have a presence because she didn't do anything, and whatever.
What'd you think about the Klingons being part of it?
It was okay. I think they're definitely setting up for the next movie to be some sort of Klingon adventure.
Mm-hmm.
I like that the subtle changes they made to the Klingons' costume, where they have like no hair now and their ridges are pierced and they look vaguely more alien as opposed to black dudes in prosthetics with hair. So I like that. I like that aspect.
Okay. All right, before I jump in, what were your favorite parts of the movie? And then we already know what your least favorite part was.
Mm-hmm.
So what was your favorite part?
I thought I actually thought the crashing of the Enterprise was very, very tense. And I wasn't quite certain how it was going to, because the trailers cut it together really well. So I thought it was pretty good. That was probably my favorite sequence.
Okay. What did you think about just... Did the Dreadnought exist? See, I don't know any of this, so I don't know what's new that JJ Abrams added and what was culled from the original.
Dreadnoughts are a class of Starfleet vessel, but they're not seen. I don't believe they're seen in the original series. They're definitely in the expanded universe.
Okay. And here's my one gripe with it, because I didn't care about the Khan part. I expected that. I was like, oh, there it is.
Sure.
This is now the second time that they've done Deus Ex Old Spock.
I wasn't thrilled with that either.
It's like,
oh, hey, do you know this guy?
Yeah, but I can't tell you because it'll change your future, but I'm totally now going to tell you so you can change your future.
He's an asshole.
But you didn't really change your future. You just swap places, basically, by doing that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought the action was great.
Yes.
Particularly any time Khan was involved. The way they amplified his sound effects to signify that he's much stronger and better.
Yeah.
Was fantastic.
It was really
every
good.
Punch and just cracking when he would crush skulls, and he was just a better actor. He outperformed as a villain, I think.
That pretty much everyone.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's a great actor as it is.
He was definitely the highlight for me.
Yeah.
There was just so many people that really didn't have much to do.
Yeah, but it's your typical Star Trek formula. The stars are Kirk, Spock, and kind of McCoy, and then everyone else has to play the parts that were established in the first film.
Yeah, I know.
So
it's weird because you think with the sequel some other characters would get some fleshing out.
There's no time.
Yeah. Did you? I overall enjoyed it. It's exactly. Yeah. I don't like Star Trek, but I've enjoyed the J.J. Abrams reboots because they've made great strides to actually make Star Trek interesting and entertaining. Like interesting in the sense that I don't want to fall asleep. Because stuff actually happens and there's action.
Yep.
And I think that's what the franchise needed to gain it new fans.
I agree. Star Trek was dead for a long time because it kind of shot itself in the foot with its television programming and its movies. And even if you don't like it, these are the reasons why we have Star Trek now.
Yeah, because as you put it, whenever someone complains about the new ones, is you have 70+ episodes of the show you can watch and like 7 movies. And
you have over 500 episodes of previous Star Trek and 10 movies. It's not a thing. It's whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you had them, and it killed the series because Enterprise has been off the air for almost a decade, and Nemesis came out in 2002. So something didn't work. And I'm not saying this is the right path, because this is not technically Star Trek. Star Trek is more these deep questions and moral quandaries.
Not anymore.
And this is like a Michael Bayified Star Trek, which is the definition I heard. And Star Trek also has the capacity to do that. The best Star Trek movies are the action movies with like First Contact and Wrath of Khan to an extent, even though Wrath of Khan is more psychological. It is what it is. Deal with it.
I just like that Khan. They never really gave me a reason to hate him, actually. He didn't really do it. He was just like, I want to get my crew.
He's a little more overt in the original series. It's just I mean,
like I almost started rooting for him against the evil. Like the Admiral was evil, you know.
yeah.
He was like, I want to start a war because I want a war, and then Khan was just like, I want my peeps back, bro.
To conquer.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he never actually said that. Like,
It's
to be fair, well, old Spock told young Spock that, which I think was kind of a cop-out because they happened off panel. So we were never told that that was his actual plan. So honestly, if I didn't know originally what Khan was all about, like I would have felt a little cheated right there, going like, so we learn his motivations and his evil machinations off panel, and they never actually tell me?
Yeah, well, I'm surprised that like they had to go to old Spock and they didn't just pull it up in their own damn history records. Because the history prior to the Kelvin is still the same. The eugenics war still happened, so Khan existed.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Was this,
I also love the fact that they have the Khan is a super Indian name, and they've never picked an Indian guy to play him. Anything. This is the
Asif Mandi.
Benedict
as
Cumberbatch is the whitest guy, and is Khan Noonien Singh. Really? That's super Indian. That's not right.
Genetics. I guess that's a tricky subject if you start thinking like that he's genetically superior.
And he's a white guy?
Yeah. Ooh, that gets sketchy.
Well, yeah.
What all right. So any like final thoughts, criticisms, comments?
No, I think these movies are doing really well for themselves. I hope we don't have to wait 4 years for the next one.
Well, I probably will now that he's on Star Wars.
Yeah. I heard online, I saw online that someone says this is a test run to be Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And if it is, then Star Wars is going to look amazing. Because he
so
does.
much lens flare.
It
Dear God.
doesn't even matter. Lens flare is just old news. The thing that works best in this is that he's got the visual appeal of Space Down.
Yeah.
And
that warp drive battle was awesome.
Yeah, that's not how warp drive works.
Doesn't matter. That's how it worked in Cowboy Bebop.
It does not how it works in Star Trek.
It does now.
It's not.
Canon has been shifted, Chris.
Canon has been shifted. You can attack at warp.
But he invented a new warp cannon, Chris, that allowed him to.
No.
Didn't you hear?
No, it doesn't.
All right.
It doesn't work.
So
it doesn't work.
My opinion on these are, if you like, for this film specifically, if you enjoyed the first reboot, this is for you.
Yeah.
Just like me, it's going to be entertaining.
For new fans, it's easy.
And for old fans, it's going to be divisive.
Yeah. If you're not a total putz, you'll love it.
Putz. Whatever.
I'm an old Jewish man now.
Are you? You just keep shifting so quickly during these.
I think it's the whole fandom thing, you know. Just
your hair is doing something weird.
I didn't plan that. Touched an electric fence. Yeah, the whole fandom thing is just it's what you like about it. You shouldn't feel bad for liking it.
Yeah. So what do you give it? And of course, would you then buy?
Of course, it's a first day purchase on Blu-ray. I'm gonna give this a 9. I liked it a lot. You know, the stuff that I disliked were kind of nitpicky. Our screening was far too loud, so I think I need to rewatch it again.
I think the problem with that is we saw it in IMAX 3D, and the Clearview IMAX is not large enough.
You notice all the ceiling tiles have fallen out there. I think it's because their volume's too high.
Well, yeah, because it's running on IMAX volume, but it's not as large a space as other IMAX theaters.
So it doesn't.
So it's like the same amount of decibels, smaller confined area.
I'm definitely gonna have to see it again in non-IMAX 3D. IMAX 3D was good.
Yeah,
I thought it added a lot of clarity.
I was gonna say like the 3D actually was nice on this, especially with all the space particles that would keep flying at you.
Although they definitely indulged themselves in the over 3D. Whoa.
Yep.
Which whatever. It's not 1950. We don't have to do that anymore.
Yeah, we do. Always, Chris. That's how you.
I give it a 9. The problems I have with it are kind of minor. Of course, I'm going to see it again in theaters. So I thought it was good.
You think you're going to see it more or less than you saw the first one in theaters, which is 5 times?
I saw it 5 times. I'll probably see it about 5 times.
Wow. All right, cool. I give it an 8 because while it was thoroughly enjoyable, this was your movie. This was all you. This was it only happens once in a while.
Every 4 years.
Every 4 years. So
like a president.
I was happy that it came out and you were pleased because after seeing your heartbreak on this game, couldn't deal with it happening again. So I give it an 8, but it is also a day one purchase, just like I got the first one, because it's enjoyable for me.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Last up. Better or worse than Iron Man 3? Because so far these are the two big blockbusters.
I think I'm gonna have to go better just because it has a Star Trek bump.
You get the Star Trek bump?
It gets a Star Trek bump. Just because, Iron Man 3 I thought was good, but I'm so burned on Iron Man 3 now. I've seen it so many times.
I give it to Star Trek as well because I didn't have nearly as many problems with this film as I did Iron Man.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them both, but this had more action, and the hero actually did stuff.
Yeah.
Although, fun fact that I noticed, both films now, the female lead has defeated the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Girl power.
Girl power. So I'm now fully expecting in Man of Steel Lois Lane to stab General Zod with a stick of kryptonite.
That's not true.
It's going to happen.
I
Anyway.
hope that's not true.
All right. I'm Matt.
I'm Chris.
And this has been the Nola Nerd review of Star Trek Into Darkness. Still a dumb name, or has it grown on you?
I never had a problem with the name.
No.
It's better than any of the other previous names.
You don't think there should have been a colon?
I
Just Star Trekking? Anyway, so there we go. It was enjoyable. Go see it.
Go!
Good times. Woo. One of us has to hit the button.
I'm busy.
All right.